Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to play the guitar solo from Van Halen's Outta Love Again. Now before we get started, it's really important that you tune your guitar down 1/2 step. So E becomes E flat, A becomes A flat, D becomes D flat, etc. You know the drill. The last thing I want to say before we get started here is that a lot of times when people talk about Van Halen and his style, they focus on the finger tapping and the other techniques and tricks that he helped popularize. But a really important part of his style were the blues-based pentatonic licks that he did so well, right? It was that Eric Clapton influence where he took it to 11, he intensified it, and I just can't imagine his solos without it, right? I mean, that's where a lot of the feel comes from. It's one of the things that really separates him from a lot of the Van Halen clones that came later. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into it. The first section goes like this. Slowly. And that one should be pretty easy to follow. One thing I want to call out is that first bend on the 19th fret of the E string. You're bending it up the equivalent of 3 frets, or 1.5 steps. So from here to here. Okay? All right, let's move to the next section. Section 2. Slowly. A couple things I want to call out here. First, that bend at the 14th fret, the first one, you're sliding up into it. And then when I move from the 12th fret of the E to the 12th fret of the B, I'm doing that in one upstroke. I'm hitting both notes in one upstroke. You don't have to, you can alternate pick it if you want, but I found that helps me move through it a little bit quicker. Okay, but do what feels more comfortable to you. The next section. Slowly. Just like in the last section, when I'm moving from the 12th fret of the E to the 12th fret of the B, I'm doing it in a upstroke instead of alternate picking, okay? And then the last thing I want to mention there is that 12th fret G string bend where you bend up and do the wide vibrato. I've talked about this in other Van Halen lessons. He does that quite a bit, bending up with the index finger and then doing a wide vibrato. If that's uncomfortable, you can always try sliding down from that 14th fret G note to the 12th fret and doing it that way, okay, like this. But I would practice it with your index finger. It's just it's a good technique to have down. The next section. Slowly. There's not really much to explain there. You'll notice that when I start off on the 12th fret of the G string, I'm starting with my index finger, and then I'm doing this movement where I slide down after the third note. Okay. You could start with your middle finger on the 12th fret of the G and do it like this. Okay. Whatever's easier for you. I just happen to be naturally there with my index finger at the beginning from the last lick, so it just makes sense for me to do it this way. And don't forget to add some palm muting in that lick too. The next section. Now what I want to call out here is that when I do those bends on the high E string, you'll notice that I kind of alternate between my ring finger and my pinky. It might be easier for you if you do it all with your ring finger, like this. Okay. And then the last thing I want to call out there is that when I do the second bend on the 15th fret of the high E, you bend up a full step, come back down, and then back up 1.5. So, okay, so it's kind of like... Okay. The last section. Slowly. Once again, at the very end, you've got that 12th fret bend with your index finger. And And I know it might be tempting to slide down and do it with your ring finger, but again, I think you should get yourself comfortable to doing those bends, full step bends with your index finger. Alright, that was my video showing you how to play the guitar solo from Van Halen's Outta Love Again. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and all that. And if you have any questions, put them down below, and I will answer all as time allows. Until next time, rock on.